Hey everybody, welcome back to another one of my videos. I'm Kevin D. Hey, and today in front of you I want to talk about this solar mount that I just assembled yesterday, and I did finish doing it today. It's pretty quick and easy. I got some of the parts from a company off of Amazon. I'll show all that here in a little bit, but I just want to discuss this because I thought it was pretty cool, and I was 50-50. I was wiffle-waffling on how I wanted to do this. I was going to put it on top of a pergola I plan on building over there later on this year, but I decided to go ahead and put it here because this is where I get the most sun, even though I don't get much right now. This is the sunniest part of my yard during most parts of the day. But right now with the trees in bloom, I'm not getting much here, but trust me, it is when I say so. So what you got in front of you is, I got three 395 watt solar panels by Hyundai. These came from a local vendor, and she purchases them in bulk from Signature Solar. They're great bifacial panels, even though I don't use the bifacial portion. In front of you, you have a piece of black 4-inch Schedule 40 pipe, mainly used for plumbing. The horizontal bar right here is a 2-inch Schedule 40 black pipe. A friend of mine was able to give me this black pipe because he's a plumber, and some of the projects he was working on, they didn't need it all, and he said, hey, it's just going to lay around in his shop and for me to just come over and take it, so I did. And before I move on, guys, this Schedule 40 4-inch pipe is not light. He gave me a 12-foot piece and told me I had to take the whole thing if I wanted it for free, and I did. And let me tell you, it was a hassle to cut it. I ended up having to use a Sawzall to cut it, and just to move it around was pretty grueling due to its weight. That stuff is not light. So, getting back to the kit that I ordered. The kit comes with these 2-inch pipe mounts on this Unistrut. It comes with 4 pieces of Unistrut. And I had to get another 2 pieces to get 3 solar panels up here. So once again, the kit comes with 4 pieces, and it also comes with 8 of these hanging brackets. These 2-inch pipe brackets. We'll talk more about those later. And it comes with this center mounting piece right here. This is the bracket that goes on to the 4-inch Schedule 40 pipe. They come in different sizes. You can buy them. I wanted to go with the most robust because here in Tennessee area we get tornadoes through here, high winds all the time. So I just wanted something that's going to be good. I did concrete this into the ground. It's not going anywhere, guys. It's not hard to do all this. Just takes a little bit of time, some energy. But you can see how it's mounted. It sits up here, it's supposed to be sitting up here flush. We'll get into the reason why it's not flush later in the video. But it just takes a little bit of time to set everything up and get it all prepared. I did have a helping hand in this, doing this. I took a piece of 2x4, made a little V-cut in it. That way when I was hanging up the panels, and the panels wouldn't slide off, I would just put this in the ground and let the panel rest on it. But I'll get into that more later also. So guys, just give me a few minutes here, well, a few seconds for you, not even that, and I'll start doing some still video shots of how I made this. I didn't video it. It was too hot out that day. It was just grueling the other day when I was putting this together, and I was just soaked in sweat and I was miserable. So I didn't video it, but I did take a bunch of still photos, and I'll just do a voiceover video of still photos, and it should be starting here in about a second or 2. Okay, in this picture I'm just showing you me putting the pole in the ground. You'll see a couple other pictures right after this, getting it level. And right up here is when I started having some issues. Right here is where I ran into some issues with the mount that they sent me. There was a weld on the back side there. I had the arrow pointing to it. I hope you could see it. And it was just causing the mount itself not to line up to the pipe correctly. There's the weld. It's a sloppy weld. And I ground it down some just to be able to notch it in there so that pipe can go flush against it. Once I got it ground down and flush, everything went together. Then it came out level, and it just sat up there appropriately. It wasn't flat, but it was the best I could do. In this picture I'm just showing you the Unistrut when I just put it on. Those are just self-tapping screws. They go through the Unistrut into the aluminum on the solar panel,
and it works out pretty good. Stays on there pretty tight, no issues at all. Since my wife and everybody else was either at work or doing their own thing, I had no help at this project. So I just made a V-notch in that 2x4 right there. And when I put the solar panel up on the mount, it was able to hold the solar panel in place while I could work on it. Come out to work pretty well. So here's when I started running some issues with the pieces that came with the kit. This is the 2-inch clamp that goes around the pipe, and you slide a bolt through that hole in the back right there. It's supposed to be square, but as you can see, it got rounded out because when I was trying to tighten it down, it just kept falling out and it just kept moving on me. There was no way to get the bolt to stay into there. If you look closely on that bolt, you can see the square part of it, and that's what sits inside that clamp. But it wouldn't sit inside there, and it just kept moving on me. When it did sit inside there, it just kept turning and turning and turning because you got to put a lot of pressure on those bolts to keep them tight. And in this picture, the bolt that's clear in the back of the picture is the one that came with the kit, and I actually bent the bolt trying to tighten it down and keeping that solar panel up there as tight as I can get on that pipe. The clamp in the front here is the one I went to Lowe's and got, and it's made out of thicker material, and it's a galvanized material, so it'll last a lot longer too. But I was able to tighten that bolt down pretty good, and you can see the difference in the two if you look closely at the picture. So I don't recommend using the clamps that come with the kit. In the next few pictures here, you'll show the difference, and I'll show you the difference in the straps. That's what they're called. The technical name is a 2-inch strut strap. The one on the right is obviously from Lowe's, and the one on the left came with the kit. And you can see how the one on the left got rounded out when I was trying to tighten down the bolts. And here's the thickness in the material. Again, the one from the Lowe's is at the bottom, and the top one came with the kit. And if you're going to buy this kit, guys, go ahead and go to a big box store and get you some strut straps that'll that are much better quality than the ones that come with the kit. I do have another video that I made earlier today, and I'm going to attach that onto the end of this, also displaying how well the strut straps that came with the kit work. They're just garbage. You'll see here in a second.
These are the brackets that came with it, and around the pipe you can still see I'm barely moving this. And look, I'm only using one finger. I don't know if you can see this or not. I'm only using one hand. And that's as tight as I can get them without breaking them. That's why I had to go to Lowe's and purchase different pipe brackets here. I don't know exactly what they're called. And replace these, the ones that came from the company. Because in my opinion, these aren't very good. They're really thin, they bend too easy, and they don't hold on to the pipe. Versus the ones I pick up from Lowe's. Right here is one of them. It's a 2-inch. And let me show you here. I just got my hand out there. It's not moving. I'm actually trying to move it and it's not. But yeah, just be warned about those pipe brackets.
But other than those strut straps, guys, everything else was pretty solid on the kit. I'll put the link down in the description where I got it at Amazon. I do recommend the kit as far as the unistruts and the actual mount. Even though you got to grind the weld down or whatever, I think the company can work on that better, and whoever their welders are should be able to put a better weld in there. I used to weld for years before I joined the Army, and I know a weld like that would have never passed our quality control. So if the company works on that and the strut straps gets a better quality strut strap on there, I would highly recommend this kit to anybody because it does work, and you can see the final product right here. Thanks again, guys, for watching. I want you to all have a wonderful, blessed day, and until next time, bye.